Hi everyone, welcome to Parenting Online YouTube channel. I'm going to show you today a new tutorial on ComfyUI workflow. We are basically going to look at IP adapter. So IP adapter is basically similar to control nets that allows you to do style transfer for image processing. So here's the academic paper for IP adapter, and you can see here that it can also work with control nets to capture some sort of structural controls that are embedded in the image. And you basically feed in a style image or in like some prompts as well, so that the style can be transferred onto a base image. So in this case, we have the control nets, for instance, the human pose, the depth, the canny edges, and we're giving it kind of a sculptural bust or a male figure, and then this can be basically processed with prompts and with these controls. So it's a very interesting technique that kind of couples image processing with certain features that are in the image. So this was kind of another method developed kind of in comparison to control nets, so that you can use base images as stylistic images for how the image is getting processed. So here's like another image I want to show from the paper. So you can see there's like image prompts, other types of, it's kind of comparison to other types of models. So it does, I think, work similar to control net, but what's nice is you can actually have multiple type of stylistic outputs, right? So you can separate the control of the image, the composition of the image, and the style of the image. So this kind of allows for that. Okay, so I'm going to show you a workflow that I'm using, which kind of combines control nets and IP adapter with each other. So this one, I'm using Juggernaut, which is kind of trained on architectural visualization as well. So I'm using three types of control nets here. There's a canny edge, there's scribble lines, which kind of, I guess it's similar to edge detection, but it makes the base image as a sketch. And then there's also a depth analysis. And on top of the control net, we can actually now use the IP adapter. So the IP adapter works with kind of a base image where you want to extract stylistic features. So we basically first scale it to like a 1 megabit image. And then this is processed as a model. So basically it becomes kind of our stylistic output model for the image generation process. So we load the IP adapter model for SDXL here, the clip vision, which detects the stylistic features of the image. And we can also control, so a few important parameters here is like, we can control the weight of the style transfer and then how we want the effect to be. So if you want to, for instance, get the composition from the IP adapter, or you want to get, let's say, a weaker stylistic input, so maybe you want to just use a few of the colors. And here we have the percentage where we want this to be active. So we can start in, like, let's say 10% of the process of generation. And this gets fed in as the model. But it's also taking in our base model. So if I basically freeze this up, it won't basically have any effect. So normally we can actually make some comparisons. So if I, let's say, want to use just Kenny right now, and I want to use it 50% strength, let's make it throughout the duration of the image generation. And I have kind of a generic prompt here that it's like modern architecture, professional photography. You can also add photorealism here if you want. And I'm generating like a 1 megabit image. So let's see what we get with just Kenny model right now. I'm expecting something that is similar to this. in structure, but it should have some like generic architectural features, basically. Okay, so that's essentially what the K model kind of allows, and it's basically synthesizing some other architectural images in its data set and giving us this. So let's try this with the IP adapter now. So what I'm going to do is lower the control net percentage to 80%, and then go up here to IP adapter advanced, enable it. And we want, let's say, strong style transfer. So we want to start with like 80% style transfer. And this is kind of the base image that I'm using. So it's a very nice architectural illustration I found online. And I want these colors, this type of drawing or rendering to be applied to the generated image. So let's see what happens. Now it's also loading the IP adapter. Okay, very nice. So you can see immediately the control net is basically giving us all these edges, right? So we want to maintain that type of composition. But on top of it now, we can also customize the type of stylistic output for this image. So this kind of allows for that. So you can see it's kind of extracting the colors, the type of lighting. I guess it's you can also see how the effect would change with certain prompts, but you can think about it as like controlling an image and the style of the image as well. So I'm actually going to disable control net to show you what happens when you don't have any control, but this can be just used for the image composition. So let's see if we can do image to image with IP adapter. You will probably see different types of output now. So let me see. We have the image input, which is going to just do strong style transfer. Okay, so let's try this one. So we don't have any control nets in this version. Okay, you can see that since we disabled control net, it basically didn't get anything from this image, right? So it's not even getting the composition. There's actually another way to get an image that is somewhat similar to this, like so you can do image to image, but you have to also feed this into another type of IP adapter. But in this case, like it won't work with control net. So this workflow allows like for you to control the edges and the image style. So let's try inputting a different image. So I'm going to put in, let's say, a generic rhino capture. We can actually try, or we can also do, let's try this one, like this type of input. Then I'll come down here and choose a different type of visual image. So I really like Hugh Ferris's artwork. So I'm wondering if it will be able to transfer this sketch. Well, it's actually like kind of both of them are sketches. So maybe we can try something else. Let's see. What if we switch this to this, right? So let's try doing that. So I'm going to enable depth for this one, and we're going to do 50%, and we can keep the rest open, and then again do strong style transfer. So let's see. We don't have actually any sketch input here, so we can add sketch, line drawing, shading, shadows. So let's see what we get. So Scribble is giving a very black and white capture. I think depth gave kind of a good map. So this was our style image. It's one of the New York towers that Hugh Ferris designed, I think. Okay, very cool. So you can see the depth map actually taking effect. But since we're not getting the edges as clearly, the model is able to interpret them, right? So you get kind of the overall mapping of this, so overall structure that you see here, but not all the detailed edges. For that, we need to incorporate Kenny model to this as well. But overall, it's very close, very nice, and we even got some reflections on the water. All right, so let's try something else. I'm going to go back here again and change the style image. So let's try doing something like a sketch like this, and then I'm going to choose a Rhino view capture that I used, like a tower like this, like a very abstract tower model. And I'm going to combine Kenny and depth for this one. So I'm going to run Kenny 50% strength up until 80%. And same thing for depth, but I want the depth to be effective all along. And we're going to do strong style transfer first and see what we get. But then I want to also show you what can happen if you do like a weaker translation. Okay, it's also getting kind of the boundary of the shadows as edges, so it's also detecting those. But then, since we are putting in the depth, I think this would also come in very handy. You can also swap Kenny with Sketch if you want to omit the shadows for these sorts of view capture images. All right, very interesting. So again, if you compare the input style image, which is kind of like a very abstract rendering versus the input image, you can see it's we were able to capture all the edges of our input image, and then the style is kind of transferred onto it, right? So you can test this workflow with a lot of different types of images and outputs. Let's try something else. We do, let's say, like a linear translation. I'm curious, and I'm going to change the style image to something else. Maybe we try like a illustration like this. So I'm not expecting to get something like the style image input. Let's see. Okay, very cool. So it's actually giving me now like almost like an illustration style transformation of this, right? But it's kind of deciding on its own where you want where it wants the colors. But overall, it's a very interesting process. So you can now combine control nets with IP adapter, and you can not only get the structure of the input image, but also the stylistic image properties onto the generated image. So I hope you enjoy working with this workflow, and you can try different types of configurations between control nets and different types of properties in the IP adapter as well, and see what you can generate. I'll see you in another tutorial where we can do more examples like this and look at maybe variations along the spectrum. I'll see you in another video. Take care.